Basically, I got my ex's name tatted on me. The dumbest idea I've ever did. The dumbest. What's good to YouTube? This your girl Pretty Nasty and I am back with another video. As y'all can see, I'm not in any other prior location that, y'all seen me in my other YouTube videos. I'm actually in my own personal tattoo studio. This is where I come and do my work at. This is where I come and do my tattoo videos. Yeah, this is my little home away from home. It's my little space. I love it. I definitely love it. I love the atmosphere. I love being here. And it's been great so far, feel me? Y'all will definitely be getting a tattoo studio tour soon, most definitely. But for now, today we are doing a tattoo tour of all of the tattoos that I have on my body. I've always been intrigued in getting tattoos before I even, got my first tattoo. Growing up with two older brothers, I'm like 12 and 13 years apart from both of them. So they would always come back home and they would show our parents, the new piece they got, the new tattoo they got, just talk about it, and I would see it and I would ask, like, how does it feel? What it feel like? I just always been intrigued and I've always wanted one. And I already knew, like, once I turned 18, like on my 18th birthday, that I was gonna get a tattoo. I really wanted one. Did not know I was gonna become a tattoo artist, of course, but I mean, yeah, I just always been intrigued. I always wanted one. I had started like putting ideas to the side of what I wanted, and yeah. So a lot of people keep asking me how many tattoos I have. I honestly don't know. I'm finna start saying just one because I don't know how to count them all anymore, because I've gotten different sessions and I've gotten different pieces at different times. And then my arms, they just kind of equate to one whole piece. So like, I really don't know how many I have, but I wrote them all down, and I technically have 26 tattoos. I've been writing them all down since I started getting them. But I mean, that's really just how many times that I kind of like, got tatted. I would like to say I'm at a point now where like half of my tattoos are me and then half of my tattoos are from other artists that I've went to. I've been getting tattooed since I was 18, and I started tattooing myself at 21, 22. Since I turned 18, there hasn't been a year that has gone by where I haven't got at least 1 to 2 tattoos. So I've been building my collection pretty nicely, pretty smoothly. How I go about picking my tattoos is just basically what I'm interested in, what I like, and whatever that I can see that I can have on my body for forever, basically, and that's something I can live with. Not all of my tattoos have meaning. Some of them do have meaning, but other than that, it's just really what I decided I wanted to put on my body and what I felt like would look good on me. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I have a combination of very unique tattoos and then also like the basics. Y'all can basically pick what's basic and what's unique, but either way, we finna go through all of my tattoos. We're gonna be going in order as well. So every single tattoo that I got from 18 and each one that I picked up along the road, yeah, we're going through all of them. Before I even get into the video, you already know what I'm finna say. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share this video to your peoples. Hopefully, y'all are intrigued by my tattoo collection. My process for getting tattoos is just basically like picking something that I like and then sticking with it for about a couple of months, couple of weeks. I do have some tattoos that I have gotten impulsively, just to get them. Then there's other tattoos that I have that I sat and waited on and waited weeks and months to really figure out if I could live with this on my body forever and if I would be okay with that. That's just my little process of getting tattoos, but yeah. Anyway, enough talking. Let's just go ahead and get into my tattoos. All right, starting with my first tattoo. As soon as I turned 18 years old, my 18th birthday, I went to go get my first tattoo. It was in Fayetteville, North Carolina at Best Ink, I believe. So it's this one. It's basically God is greater than my highs and lows. This was actually a tattoo that my brother had showed me that he had wanted to get. He was like, you can take this idea for, your first tattoo, because my parents, they didn't want me getting anything, I wasn't going to be certain of. And of course, they wanted it to be, Christian or godly related, which I was completely okay with, at least for the first tattoo. I mean, it's pretty simple, pretty basic, just line work. And yeah, I got it. It actually did hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I was sitting there, it hurt. Like my brothers had told me like it felt like a cat scratch, and I was like, I don't know about this one. I mean, I thugged it. It was whatever. And yeah, that's what it was for real. Getting into my second tattoo, I believe I was still 18 years old. Y'all won't be able to see it. It's covered up now. Hopefully I can find a picture so y'all can see what it looked like before it was covered up. But basically, I don't even think y'all can see the outline. Like if y'all can, then I guess y'all can. But basically it's mountains in the background. Probably really can't see it, and that's great for me, honestly. Basically I got my ex's name tatted on me. The dumbest idea I've ever did. The dumbest. It wasn't even her name, it was the meaning of her name. So the meaning of her name was Land of Mountains. So I've got a silhouette of mountains tatted on my inner bicep. And then I also wanted to pass it off as, Isaiah 54:10, in case anybody wanted to ask me and I didn't want to be like, oh, that's my girlfriend's name, whatever. So since then, I've definitely had it covered up. I'm not with her no more. There's no point. I had no correlation to the mountains. Yeah, no, it had to go. It had to go. On to my third tattoo. I believe I was still 18, more than likely. 18, probably going on 19. I don't know, y'all gonna be able to see it. I would have to find a picture of my spine as well, but basically it's just Roman numerals going down my spine. Considerably another basic tattoo that I had gotten at the time that was just kind of impulsive. But the Roman numerals is 2/22/36, which is my godmother's birthday. My godmother, that was my person, that was my woman. I love that woman to death. So I had got her birthday tatted on me. I do plan on getting it revamped or retouched up because I want it to look better than what it does now. Or I also thought about just covering it up and getting her birthday placed somewhere else on me. But more than likely, I might just stick with her birthday on my spine. All right, so on to the next tattoo. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 in a way, but I don't know how to count it as 2 or 1, but I don't know. Okay, so basically I got the Eye of Horus and the Ankh on my arm, on my shoulder. And then I have in Arabic, you do this for yourself and no one else. So this whole piece, the Arabic and the Ankh was in one setting. This was kind of an impulse decision. I had saw a picture of somebody that I follow actually. She had a similar setup, a completely different, tattoo, but she had a similar setup as this, and I was like, okay, that's dope. And I got it. I mean, I was just like, yeah, put it right here. Put the quote right here, and yeah, that was that. This was also in Fayetteville. Not Fayetteville. This was in Greenville, North Carolina. So I was away at college at the time. No, this was in Fayetteville, actually. Yeah, this was in Fayetteville. See, these tattoos are old, so I can't remember every single thing. I had just went to, I forgot what that basic ass tattoo shop is called. Evolution Inc., I feel like. Yeah, I just went there and I just asked and I was like, yeah, this is what I want. And that was it, really. All right, so on to the next one. My beautiful Nefertiti is the next piece that I had gotten. The guy who did this, his name is David Ocampo. He's actually the same guy who did my mountains on my arm, and that's how, I ended up going back to him because I had saw his work, liked his work, and I wanted to get another tattoo by him. And I think at the time he was in Greenville, but I had to travel to Goldsboro. I think he was in Goldsboro then. And so I traveled to him. I had sent him a completely different picture of Nefertiti that I had wanted. And I was like, I want this on my arm. And he was like, do you want it just like that? Or do you want it, with shading? And he was like, do you want it to be spiced up, basically? And I was like, I see your work and I trust you. Freak it however you want to. And I'm gonna be okay with it. Pulled up at his shop. He showed me the design and I was like, yeah. Let's go right now. And this was gonna be the start of my arm sleeves. I love Egyptian culture. I love learning about it. I love the goddesses, I love the gods. And I just feel in a way that I'm connected to Egyptian culture. Although I'm not Egyptian at all, I just love the culture and I just feel it. So yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. And then that's how I started getting my Egyptian themed sleeves. And Nefertiti is the goddess. She's the goddess of beauty and feminine power. So I felt like it worked out great. So yeah. All right, my next tattoo is a basic tattoo. It was a tattoo that everybody was getting, and I was like, okay, let me just hop on the tattoo train and let me get it too. If my leg looks ashy, don't say nothing. Okay, don't say nothing. $19.99 on my ankle. A basic tattoo that I got. Yeah, it was an impulse decision. I was like, you know, if I'm gonna get a tattoo, let me get 1999. It's my birth year, of course. Me and my friends, we had took a trip to Charlotte, and we had ended up at a tattoo shop, and I think everybody had ended up getting something. Of course, I had got that. He was very heavy-handed with the 1999. Once he was done, it was oozing so much plasma. It was oozing so much ink. Like I've never, none of my tattoos have ever did what that tattoo did. I was just like, is this safe? Is this cool? Is this supposed to be happening? Cause like it was like pouring out of my skin. And I was like, bro, what is going on? But I just kept taking care of it. I just kept letting it, you know, do its thing. Eventually it had, you know, healed up correctly, and it healed up good. So I wasn't complaining no more for real. So it was what it was. So after that, I don't know how old I was. I don't know my ages for half of these tattoos. I just believe so far right now I'm under 20 and I'm still getting tattoos. My next tattoo right here is honey on my wrist. It has significance. I don't really want to go into its significance, but it is significant to me. I was called honey at one point, and yeah, so that's that. And this was actually done by the tattoo artist that worked in Inkville when I was in Greenville, and his name is Terrell. Funny enough, he actually ended up becoming my manager down the line when I started tattooing. That was my first time meeting him, and of course I wasn't into tattooing at the time, and then the next time I had met him, you know, he was my manager. So side note, I'm so sorry if this mic is like sounding really scruffy, really, you know, is rubbing up against stuff. I'm trying to like minimize my movements as much as possible, or just like to not bump it. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure y'all can hear my voice properly and hear everything that I'm saying. But if y'all hear, you know, the little muffled shit, I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm sorry. On the list, we have Cleopatra right here. Cleopatra, I had went back to David Ocampo, and he did this. He had also put the sunbeam rays around it to basically complete the look of, you know, a whole sleeve I got going on. Another Egyptian goddess. She was in a different time frame as Nefertiti, but still an Egyptian goddess. And yeah, she had to go on my body. This next tattoo is very symbolic because this is my first tattoo that I've ever did on myself, ever did on skin. So boom, art on my kneecap. Yeah, this is the first tattoo I've ever did myself. It kind of don't look centered as I've gotten older, but yeah, no, this is the first one I've ever did myself. It looks pretty clean still. I messed up on the A because it was only supposed to be like a very thin line and then a bold line because of the font. But I ended up just making it thick. I don't even know how. And I actually started off just doing like a regular outline, and I didn't fill it in until like a second time I had went in. But yeah, that's the first one I ever did myself. Then the second tattoo after that I had did myself was my semicolon. I'm left-handed. I write, I tattoo, predominantly right-handed, but I do all of my writing with my left hand. So to tattoo with my right hand was kind of difficult, but I mean, it came out great. I mean, it came out clean. I literally was like this trying to like, you know, tattoo myself, but yeah, it came out clean. For anybody who doesn't know what a semicolon tattoo is, it's basically somebody who chose to continue on their story after they wanted to end their story. It goes along with suicide, mental health awareness, and mental health disabilities, and just anything that is along the lines of somebody who is hurting, who wants to give up, but they chose to keep going. They chose to keep their story continuing. So if you ever see anybody with a semicolon tattoo, honestly, give them a hug. Just give them a hug. That's the most you can do. All right, next tattoo, we are heading back to the arm sleeves. And of course, I headed back to the same tattoo artist that I had went to before, Ocampo. Once I get one consistent artist, I mean, I'm gonna have to keep going back. So the next one is basically everything that is around Nefertiti. So the Sphinx, the mountains right here. Hieroglyphics in the back is actually my name. I had asked them to put my name in hieroglyphics in the back. And at the time, I was like, oh, I could get, you know, my girlfriend at the time, her name in hieroglyphics. But I'm so glad I didn't, because I would have been mad. But yeah, because of course at the time, I mean ex now, but yeah. So now at this time, after I had got this done, I had my full upper arms done. And I am gonna lie, I felt like the shit. I felt like I was cute. I mean, both of my upper arms is done. Felt like I was tatted for real. But yeah, I mean, I can't say nothing much else, but yeah. This next tattoo I have, a lot of people don't know I have it. A lot of people don't know it's there unless I show them. And this is a tattoo that I ended up doing myself as well. And it's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah, that's the tat. You read it right. It says slut. I don't even want to go too much into detail, but I mean, that's what it is. I'm sorry I can't give y'all timelines and ages. If I can find the timelines or the years or the age, I'll definitely put them up on the side as I talk about these tattoos. But for the moment, I can't remember when I got these, how old I was, or I can only tell you like either what was going through my mind or the reason why or whatever the case may be. But just keep following along with me. Next tattoo we getting into is my cover up. I knew I wanted the mountains gone. I was not doing it. I wasn't gonna keep it on my body. Of course it's kept on my body, but I didn't want it to be shown no more. With the mountains being on my arm and everything else being Egyptian, I wanted to stay in my Egyptian theme. I didn't want anything that was gonna be outside of it. I wanted everything to still tie in together. The best design that I had came up with was a sacred beetle. I actually found this design online and I felt like it was gonna cover up everything perfectly. Yeah, I was trying to figure out who was gonna do my cover up. I wanted it done, I wanted it gone. I wanted to go to Ocampo, but he said he wasn't doing any cover ups at the time. He was just only doing new work, so I respected it. I was like, okay. And at the time, I was a tattoo artist at the shop in Greenville. My manager, I had asked him if he could, do a cover up for me. He was like, yeah, show me the design, we can get it done, this, that, and the third. We had printed out the design, sized it up. We had ended up making it to where the mountains are not seen at all. I'm very happy. And actually, before I had got this tattoo, I had tried to go in with white ink to lighten up the pigment in the black in my skin, just to see if it was going to do anything. I felt like it did a little something, but it wasn't to a point where like the black is gone or dispersed or lightened up very well. But yeah, I just did it to do it, and I mean, that was that. So the day came, I was gonna get the cover up. I was scared because I didn't want it to hurt. And I was so scared because I had got this one done and I was like, man, I don't know. And then when I got the mountains done, Ocampo, he's a very light-handed artist. I wasn't worried about him going deep or hurt, whatever, fuck it. This actually did not end up hurting only because I was going through something at the time. So like my mental was kind of altered. So I really didn't feel the pain like that. I was chilling in the chair. Like I wasn't flinching. I wasn't in pain. I wasn't, of course I got, sore towards the end, but nah, it was ink therapy for real. So I mean, that's what that was. A lot of these tattoos are ink therapy as well. Like when I be going through stuff, getting a tattoo, it just helps. I don't know why, but it helps. And that's what it is for a lot of people. It's just a form of therapy, honestly. And it's been my form of therapy, and it's been great for me. For my next tattoo, I had got one of the other artists that I had worked with to do this next one. And basically, I just got my angel numbers tatted on me. I don't know how well I can show this tattoo without exposing myself, so I'm gonna just put a picture on the side. I got 222 tatted in between, the girls. Those are my angel numbers. My birthday is February 2nd. My godmother's birthday is February 22nd. So, and I'm always seeing 2. So 2 is my number. 2 is me. I'm a 2. I love a 2. It's all 2s. Big 2s. I bet. So now we're working down on my arms. So my next tattoo, I actually designed it myself. So my next tattoo, I actually designed myself. I designed the outer and inner of my lower arm. I went back to Ocampo so he could tattoo my design. So I'm still in the Egyptian theme. This is Hathor. She is the goddess of beauty, sensuality, music, dance, and maternity. And then I have a blue lotus flower, which is basically practiced in Egyptian medicine as well. So it's an Egyptian flower. Then I have a bee to tie along with honey right here. I don't like how when people see my arm, they be like, oh, I like your hexagons or I like your boxes. But basically it's honeycombs. Just a different perspective of honeycombs, but it's honeycombs. like I said, I designed all of this myself, and I had went to him so he could tattoo it on me. And I had got this all done within 2 days. Took 2 days to do. Did the outer part first, and then I think we did the inner part second. No pain. I mean, I was chilling. I'm cool on ink pain, honestly. Like, I fell asleep at some points during the tattoo, but I was really chilling for the most part. My arm was just really swollen once it was all done. But yeah, I mean, that was it really. Next tattoo I did it myself. It was kind of an impulse decision, but at the same time, like, I knew this is something that I had wanted, and then I had ended up just doing it myself. So yeah, I ended up doing my stomach. I just basically put the stencil right here, and then I just sat back in my chair and I just started doing it. It didn't take me too long. Yeah, I still might fill them in at some point. I don't know yet. Next tattoo is a self tattoo I had tatted. If my hands are ashy, don't say nothing. I had tattooed your throat here, you know, it's something that has been on my mind since, you know, I was started getting tattoos, and I just didn't commit to getting it because I knew it was on my hand, and I knew I wanted to put it on my hand. So it just took a while to commit to actually doing it. But I always knew that I had wanted to get it tattooed. So one day I just went ahead and tattooed it, and I was like, okay, you know, it is what it is. It's pretty self-explanatory. Your throat here, you know, kind of like a little bit of a gay tattoo, but you know. Next tattoo I ended up getting, I had came to Charlotte, and I had started working at Tattoos and Blues, and I had met a range of dope artists, most definitely. The first artist that I had went to get tatted by, her name is Ty. I'm gonna definitely put her at. She's a dope artist, very dope artist. Y'all need to check her out as well. She did my ear leaves. I just wanted something, you know? It was an impulsive decision. It was a great decision. I mean, I don't regret it, but yeah. This pain, I definitely will say, on my ear, it didn't hurt as bad. It stung a little bit, but it didn't hurt as bad. Once she started tatting my skull, like my head, I was done. I don't think I could ever get my head tattooed because that pain is different. Like, that's a different pain, and I'll say that for me. Like, but my ear was cool. Alright, next tattoo we finna get into is my KAWS piece that I started doing myself. Basically, in my head, I wanted to do a whole leg sleeve of just my work. And I will say I regret which leg I started tattooing, only because in my head, I wanted art to be the only one on this leg and then all of my work to be on here. But then looking back, I really wish I would have started doing this leg, because technically this is my whole tattoo leg, because this is the first one I did myself. But then the 1999 on this leg, I didn't do myself. That's my only regret, but I actually plan on getting the 1999 covered up at some point. I don't know how, I don't know when, but either way, I don't want it to be seen no more, but we'll figure that out down the road. So boom. And people have commented and, you know, seen it. I was like, yeah, I seen you did that yourself. It looks dope, da 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 da. And I appreciate the compliments. I appreciate everything, most definitely. I've never had any big leg tattoos. I just didn't have any big leg tattoos. So for this piece, I definitely used numbing cream. So this is the brand I had actually used. You follow the instructions, it does work. It does numb your leg. I didn't feel my leg. And this is my first time using numbing cream on a tattoo piece. I've never gotten my arms with numbing cream. I've never gotten my stomach. I've never had numbing cream used before my first leg tattoo. So my idea basically is just, I want to do a whole art/KAWS dedication piece on my leg. I have some ideas that still stored up that I plan on, you know, figuring out and designing up so I can get tatted on me. With this piece, like, I just kind of was sitting awkward of tatting it, but like I said, I couldn't feel nothing, so positioning it wasn't going to be too bad for me. I wanted to focus more on what I was doing rather than feeling the pain. So yeah, that's why I use numbing cream. On to the next tattoo. After I had told myself that I wasn't gonna get any more, you know, females' names or meaning of the names, I had met my lovely my lovely wifey. We had talked about name tattoos, and we had talked about, like, you know, matching tattoos. We had got to a point in our relationship before we even started dating, and like before I even asked her to be my girlfriend, we had got to a point where like we knew each other, we understood each other, and I knew like she was my person. For the time being, I was okay with getting, you know, my next tattoo with her. And in return, she got the same thing basically. This is also my first torso tattoo. I had went back to TJ who had did, or Ty TJ, who had did my ear. So I got K. I got K for my baby's name. That's her first initial. It's a K dot, and then in return, she has my first initial with the dot with the little period beside it, in the same place, same location. I did hers. I had tattooed my initial on her, and then I had TJ tattoo her initial on me. But yeah, that's how we did that. And then we both figured, like, you know, God forbid if this does not work out, then it's something small that we can get covered up, and you know, it wouldn't be no big deal. I was cool with it. I mean, I'm still cool with it now. She ain't going nowhere, so I mean, yeah, I'm okay with it. All right, next thing we're getting into is the Murakami flowers. Once again, I had used numbing cream for these tattoos. This one was cool. This one on the inside of my leg, it was cool. You know, I tattooed that with no problem. But this one hurt. So this one looks like this now because of the pain. I did not finish this because it hurt so bad on my shin. The shin, my shin, like I've never had that type of pain from a tattoo before. And that's why I could not continue, because I could still feel it through the numbing cream. Where I was able to tattoo at, it wasn't too bad. But where you see that, you know, it's blank in the sides, yeah, I was done. And like these little drips right here, I barely made it through that. I had did the flowers myself, and I still don't know if I'm gonna go back. I might really just leave this blank because the pain like is crazy. Finishing off my arm sleeves, I had once again designed my lower arm tattoo, front and back. It was a 2-day session, and of course I had went back to Ocampo. I mean, yeah, self-explanatory. This is basically what I ended up getting. I had got a Sphinx, and as you can see, it has the Eye of Horus or Eye of Ra. They both confuse me sometimes, but you know, I got the eye right here. I have a little bit of hieroglyphics in going into the skin folds. And then I have a pyramid at the bottom. This is Bastet. I don't like saying her name. It sounds so disrespectful. She is the goddess of protection, pleasure, and the bringer of good health. So that is what she is the goddess of, and I had ended up getting her, you know, tattooed right here. Ocampo, he's always gonna spaz. He's always gonna spaz on the artwork. Whenever people ask, "Oh, did you do your arms?" No, like Ocampo, he did it. Y'all have to go see him. His work is like that, which is why I kept going back. I mean, come on now. And then one thing I will say for my arms, like, he understood me when I said I want my arms to be covered, but I still want my skin to be shown. I don't want my skin to be drowned out by the ink. I still wanted some openness. Just wanted my skin to still be there, if that made sense. Like, and he definitely did that. Like, I have a lot of open space of skin. You can clearly see the details. You can clearly see the art. So it's a win-win for me. He understood me. He gave me what I wanted. He kept getting my money, of course. So I mean, yeah. On to the next tattoo. Here's a little ladybug I did. So this is me and my mom's matching tattoos. So I tattooed a ladybug on her, and then later on that night I had tattooed a ladybug on me. I end up planning on getting her signature on me. I don't want to get her name. I'd rather have like her signature. I don't even know where I'm gonna put it at yet, but that's on the books. Next one we get into, I have LO on my finger. My baby, she has VE on her other finger. When you put our hands together, it'll say love. Of course, she has the VE, so it's not gonna look right now. But I'm gonna put a picture up and I'm gonna show y'all what I mean. This is our second matching tattoo. What can I say? Like, that's my baby. Of course, I was okay with getting this, but yeah, that's my baby. I don't know how exactly I can show this tattoo without exposing myself. I'm gonna just show a picture. But basically, it's my chest sleeves that I had gotten done. Baby Love Angel, shout out to Baby Love Angel. That's my chick. Tattoos and Booze, that's my chick. She had did these leaves for me, and she spazzed. Like, she definitely spazzed. It took us a little minute to get both sides correctly, because we placed one and then we placed the other, and then we kept having to move either one to fit. And yeah, so it took a little minute just to get them both positioned right. And then for this tattoo, I had used numbing cream as well, because I did not know how my chest was going to feel, and I definitely felt like it was going to hurt. So I was just like, you know what, I'm not even gonna take the chance right now, because I'm not in the space to, like, just take it. So we just gonna put numbing cream on my chest, and that's what we did. It didn't take too long. It just took the day, I believe. But other than that, she spazzed. I put Nasty on the outside of my hand. I had used this pink ink, and as you can see, it's very faded right now. And I was just kind of testing out, how the pink ink would hold in my skin. I'm not a color person. I'm more of a black and gray person, which is clearly why I have all of my tattoos are black and gray. So this is the first and only color piece that I have on me. Clearly it's faded now. But yeah, I do plan on going back in and just going over that in black ink, because I'm not too fond of the faded out pink no more. But yeah, I plan on doing that a little bit down the line. Here's my other cause piece that I did. I had altered this cause piece to have a blunt or have a joint in, his hands, and of Murakami flowers. So yeah, I definitely love this piece, because you can see like how better I got as an artist compared to the other one. I plan on going back and, touching up the other cause on my leg just to match this one, because you can clearly see that it is two different, time frames of my tattoo journey. I very much impressed myself. I'm not gonna lie, I shocked myself. It just goes to show that I cannot wait to see, how I keep progressing with my art. So along with the cause piece, I had added some smoke right here. And I was gonna put like a little dime bag right here too. But once I started to try to do it, it hurt. Like, this is that shin piece. That shin piece took me out. So the most I was able to do was a little patch of smoke right here. And then I wasn't able to get to it, but I was going to do a little patch of smoke in the back as well, in a little blank area. I still have some work to do on my leg, of course. So yeah, really my leg is the only thing I've had numbing cream on, and then my chest. As far as my arms, I really sat through them. I sat through them and fell asleep, honestly. None of my tattoos really caused me a tremendous amount of pain other than my shin. Both of my lower arms were 2-day sessions, and I fell asleep all of those days. My upper arms only took 1 day for whatever, I had going on. And more than likely, I still fell asleep. I wasn't really in any pain. My spine, it tingled a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't that bad. My inner lip, it didn't necessarily hurt. I mean, it didn't really sting. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's me and my pain tolerance. My pain tolerance is kind of high, but when it comes to tattooing, it's out the window. I'm okay to just sit there. My stomach, I didn't use numbing cream. The pain wasn't bad. Anything on my hand, it didn't really hurt that much. I will say the finger on the side, it did a little number. It did a little number, but I mean, it still was doable. Yeah, that's all the tattoos that I have on my body. I definitely already have ideas stored up that I plan on getting done soon. My next piece I plan on getting is my upper back. I hope to take y'all along for that journey of when I go to get it done. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is. I'm not gonna let nobody know. I feel like I'm gonna keep everything to myself to protect that energy and protect my idea, just everything surrounding it. But y'all will definitely see when I get it done. I'm more than likely gonna try to bring y'all along for the process. I don't know how long it's gonna take. It might take a day, it might take 2 days, but yeah, my upper back is next. I still plan on sleeving out my leg. Once I get a break from dancing, I'm definitely gonna get back into tattooing my leg. That's my only thing. I don't want to tattoo my leg and then have to deal with the healing process when I have to, go dance and perform. And me having to put oil on my body and stuff like that. So yeah, I just don't want to affect the healing process. Definitely have a lot more ideas that I have in my head that I would love to get out that eventually I'm gonna do. I'm low-key running out of space. My arms are done. I mean, I actually plan on getting another goddess right here in this little area. So then my arms will officially be done. Plan on getting her like right here in this little area, and then we gonna tap into that right here and just fill that out. And then my arms are done. Eventually I might get my hands, but I'm okay with my hands looking like this. So maybe like later down the line. I don't think I'll ever touch my feet, honestly. I know it hurts. My feet are barely seen, so I mean, I probably won't get them tatted. I'm still thinking about a back piece. I don't know what I want to get, especially after I get my upper back piece. I have to figure out, what correlates into my upper piece. Sternum, I don't know if I would ever get my sternum. Maybe down the line, feel me? My sides, I would like to leave for my kids. That's really just all my tattoos. I mean, I hope I didn't miss nothing. I'm pretty sure I didn't. So that's the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed hearing about all of my tattoos and just, stuff about them and my thought process and my mindset behind my ink. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share the video. More videos will be coming soon. I have 2 vlogs that will be coming soon. I have to perform in ATL, and I'm gonna take y'all with me when I have to go to Houston. Houston, I'm very excited for, and yeah, so I'm gonna have to take y'all along with me so y'all see what I go through as a dancer, in a day. Quick overnight trip, so that should be fun. Let me know in the comments what other videos y'all want to see from me, whether it's tattoo related, dancing related, lifestyle related. I'm trying my best to get y'all as many videos as I can. My life is low-key being hectic right now. I still want to take y'all along with the journey and into my life. So yeah, just let me know what y'all want to see and I'm gonna do my best to deliver. Tattoo studio tour will be coming soon. I want to get a little bit more work done before I show y'all what I got going on fully. But other than that, I promise y'all a video will be coming and I will show my process behind getting here and how, I had everything set up and everything like that. Make sure you're checking my Instagram for if I'm going to be in your city. Appreciate y'all for watching this video and I will catch y'all next time.